I guess it's too late, right?
Unless you want to bring it up to 8 o'clock, and we can do it in the middle of, between the 7 and the 8.
Yeah, sometimes we will
I
have
can
a lot of
go
time.
over it in my report, if we got time to do 7 and 8,
Nancy?
I'd rather do it then probably.
Okay,
You're
we're
gonna-
live now.
You're gonna, okay, because once we're live, you can hear us on the mic, because New Year's Day, I re-looked at the video, and hear everything we're saying before the meeting.
Yes, correct.
Because I have to go live.
I'm not
in order to
blaming
get
you.
the link.
I had a suggestion.
No. Oh, what's your suggestion?
My suggestion was, we technically should turn the microphones off until the meeting starts, and we'll hit the button.
Okay.
Because, now, I don't think any of us realized it was going, we know in between meetings it goes.
You know what, I don't have to go to this, he's advising us of the settlements, if they have a problem with him, we can reach out to him. But
Sorry about that.
I'm just gonna copy you guys on it. Okay?
Rob,
Yeah,
you know, we're being recorded, you know that, right?
yeah.
Okay.
We are live in the-
I was shade tree, Pete. Pete,
It was great.
you fun in there?
Yeah.
Oh, good guys, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Are you kidding me? Bigger than life as usual?
So what does that clock say?
The computer says 6:51. That one is slow.
Yeah, if you look.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that clock is
6
wrong.
No,
Yeah.
definitely look at your phone. It
Yeah.
will have the correct time that you should go by.
Yeah, I just noticed the clock. The 7 PM work session meeting is now called to order. Nancy, can I get a roll call of the Township Committee?
Mr. Boonstra? Mr. Madigan?
Yeah.
Mr. Melchiong?
Here.
Mr. Shanley?
Here,
Ms. Rubenstein?
Here. And now can we get a reading of the open work session statement?
Certainly. Please take notice that in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4 through 6 et seq., and in consideration of Executive Order 103, issued by Governor Murphy on March 9, 2020, declaring a state of emergency in the state of New Jersey, the Township Committee of the Township of Wyckoff does hereby notify the public that to protect the health, safety, and welfare of our citizens while ensuring the continued functioning of government, the annual reorganization meeting of the Township Committee of the Township of Wyckoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. It is not the time for public comment. Please try back. excuse me. This meeting of the Township Committee of the Township of Wyckoff, scheduled for 7 p.m., Tuesday, January 12, 2021, at Wyckoff Town Hall, 340 Franklin Avenue, Wyckoff, New Jersey, 07481, will be live streamed via the Township of Wyckoff's YouTube channel, and members of the public may call 201-891-7000, extension 222, should they wish to provide public comment during the public comment period. Members of the public may also email their public comments to wyckoffclerk@wyckoff-nj.com before 3 p.m. on the day of the meeting. These comments will be read at the meeting during the public comment period. These measures are implemented to allow members of the public to observe the meeting via live streaming and to provide to the public the ability to comment before the meeting through written comments, as well as during the period for public comment which appears on the agenda for the meeting. This notice and agenda have been posted on the front door of Town Hall facing Franklin Avenue and on the Township's homepage, wyckoff-nj.com, at the quick link for minutes and agendas on Friday, January 8, 2021. Please select Township Committee and locate the date of the meeting to view documents such as resolutions and ordinances which would otherwise be made available. General instructions regarding access to the meeting will be posted on the Wyckoff website's homepage at wyckoff-nj.com as a news item on Friday, January 8, 2021 by 4:30 p.m. To view the Township Committee meeting via live stream, please access the YouTube link, which will be posted on the Wyckoff website's homepage at wyckoff-nj.com as a news item immediately prior to the commencement of the meeting at approximately 6:55 p.m. on January 12, 2021. To be notified of all future live stream meetings, please create a YouTube account and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Township of Wyckoff. In the event the YouTube platform modifies its connectivity protocols and does not announce these critical changes again in the future, instructions on how to view each meeting via Zoom technology will be posted at the news section of the Township's homepage, wyckoff-nj.com, before 7:10 p.m. This second method is provided to ensure the continuity of government when platforms which the Township does not control establish unannounced changes and will only be utilized if it is not possible to conduct the meeting via live stream on YouTube. As a precaution for this Plan B, the following instructions are provided. Please locate the link posted on the news item announcing the Township Committee meeting on the homepage of our website, and use this link for the January 12, 2021 meeting set to begin at 7 p.m. This regular work session meeting of the Wyckoff Township Committee is now in session. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting appears on our annual schedule of meetings. A copy of said annual schedule has been posted on the bulletin board at Memorial Town Hall. A copy has been filed with the municipal clerk, as well as the Record, the Richmond News, and the North Jersey Herald News, all newspapers having a general circulation throughout the Township of Wyckoff. At least 48 hours prior to this meeting, the agenda thereof was similarly posted, filed, and emailed to said newspapers. The agenda with the resolutions and ordinances to be considered was posted on the Township's website at Minutes and Agendas on the Friday prior to this meeting.
Thank you, Nancy. Can we confirm that the Finance Committee has reviewed and signed the vouchers?
Yes, we just had a voucher signing session.
And I don't believe that there are any written comments received before 3 p.m. today.
None were received.
Okay, can I get a motion to open the 10-minute public comment period, 2 minutes per speaker, for public comment on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern to the residents of the Township of Wyckoff?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Mr. Boonstra? Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
Mayor Rubenstein?
Yes.
State the telephone number.
Yeah. The number to call is 201-891-7000, extension 222, if you'd like to make a comment. You are on for public comment. Please state your name and your address.
Hello, my name is Gina O'Rourke, and I live at 274 Birch Parkway.
Thank you, Ms. O'Rourke. What is your comment?
Okay, I'm requesting the Township of Wyckoff to fly a flag during February in honor of Black History Month. I feel this flag should be flown in order to show our support and solidarity with the Black community, which includes my 9-year-old daughter, Sydney. Sydney and other Black residents of Wyckoff deserve to feel empowered and supported by their town. This small act of raising a flag can go a long way when it comes to acknowledging, honoring, and celebrating Black lives, and their experiences. This act of raising the flag will remind and educate the members of our community of the importance of Black history. In addition, I'm also asking the Township of Wyckoff to pass a proclamation making February Black History Month. My family and I hope raising a flag and passing a proclamation in honor of Black history will be stepping stones in creating a more inclusive and aware culture for all Wyckoff residents, but especially to our Black community that live in Wyckoff and to all those passing through. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You're on for public comment. Please state your name and address.
Hi, this is Seth Fisher at 740 Hickory Hill Road, Wyckoff, New Jersey.
I'm sorry, Seth, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Happy New Year, everyone. I guess I'm calling for a similar reason as the previous caller. I'm calling because I'm increasingly uncomfortable that there's this perception amongst people in neighboring towns that Wyckoff is a racist town. I don't like hearing that. I'm sure you don't either. I hear people calling our town the Township of Wyckoff. And, racial injustice continues to be a major problem in our country. We had that racially motivated vandalism against a Chinese restaurant. I don't know if anyone's been brought to justice yet. So, like the previous caller, I'm also asking that you consider raising the Black History Month flag for the month of February. I understand there's issues about flags. When does it end? Who gets a flag? Who doesn't? I get it. But, the fact of the matter is that, racial injustice is the issue of our time, and it's an issue right here in our neighborhood. And you know what they say about perception. It's up to our leaders to mold a new reality, one where we're not perceived in these negative ways. So, thank you for your time. I'll hang up and listen to any comments on YouTube.
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Thank you. Township of Wyckoff.
Hi, I'm calling in for the meeting.
Yes, do you have a public comment?
Yes, I
Please state your name and your address.
do. Sarah Dorico, 190 Wyckoff Ave.
Go ahead.
Yes, do you have a public comment?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hi. Go ahead.
Turn down the volume on her device where she's listening to the meeting.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Is that good? Okay, Sarah Dorico, 190 Wyckoff Ave. I'm calling for Wyckoff, I'm calling for Wyckoff to celebrate Black History Month with a flag. By doing so, we give the community the opportunity to celebrate Black heritage. We are currently living through some dark times where hate and fear is the only thing in the spotlight. By standing with and celebrating our Black brothers and sisters, Wyckoff is putting love in the spotlight. And I think that's really important.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Township of Wyckoff.
Hi, I'm here for the public comment.
Please state your name and your address.
Samantha Weir, 508 Clinton Avenue. I'm also here with my sister, Jessica Weir, at 508 Clinton Ave. Hello?
Yes, please state your comment.
Great. I just want to note that I've grown up in Wyckoff, went through the whole K-8 system, went to Indian Hill for high school, and my sister did the same. And we would just like to echo the call from our community members and request that the Township of Wyckoff fly a flag in honor of Black History Month, as well as having the committee pass a proclamation making February Black History Month. We think it's quite obvious what a flag and proclamation represents. It shows the people of Wyckoff, both new and old residents, that our town is welcome to everyone, regardless of what you look like. The presence of this flag is a sign of history, a sign of hope. I think it would be an incredible act of celebration of the Black community and Black experience. Speaking more personally, I know it would make us feel safer in a town that welcomes everyone, not only a select few. Doing something like this possesses all the characteristics of what we ask of citizens within Wyckoff and our country at large: a sign of community, a sign of respect, and a sign of togetherness. After the crazy year we've been through, I think we need a bit more of that. I hope the Township of Wyckoff takes these requests seriously and makes this a top priority. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, please make your comment or state your name and your address.
Hi, this is Lisa Idell, 408 Buckingham Circle in Wyckoff.
Yes, please make your comment.
Yeah, let me just put you on speaker so I can hear you. Hi, I'd like to request that the Township Committee raise the Pan-African flag, the one most commonly used by cities across the U.S. during the month of February, to celebrate Black History Month. The tricolor flag consists of three equal horizontal bands of red, black, and green. I'm requesting that this flag be raised on the government speech flagpole located by Memorial Field. The Library of Congress recognizes National African American History Month in February. This flag, quote, celebrates the contributions that African Americans have made to American history and their struggles for freedom and equality, and deepens our understanding of our nation's history. For this reason alone, Wyckoff should raise the flag. Recent public outcry in Wyckoff about children not having off for Martin Luther King Day supports this opinion. However, there's another reason why Wyckoff should be raising this flag. Our government speech flagpole contains a plaque that reads, "The Township of Wyckoff establishes this flagpole as a means of communicating messages of support, recognition, and acceptance." As a mother of 2 Black children in Wyckoff, seeing visual representations of support, recognition, and acceptance would be hugely important to me personally. However, it's more than just for my family. Every time we listen to the news, we're struck with visions of hatred and violence. How wonderful would it be for us to come together as a community to remember our past and celebrate acceptance? Again, I hope the Township Committee will consider my requests and the requests of others to raise a Pan-African flag in celebration of Black History Month in Wyckoff, as well as proclaim February to be Black History Month in town. Thank you very much and Happy New Year to you all.
Thank you. All right, hearing no one else, can I get a motion to close the public comment period?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra? Are we closing it?
Yeah.
Mr. Boonstra? Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Valpione?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
Mayor Rubenstein?
Yes, and I'd just like to note that there will be another opportunity for public comment at the 8 p.m. business meeting. Nancy, can we get a review of the 8 p.m. business meeting agenda? We can come back to that if you want.
No, we didn't ask me to do it.
Oh,
so
don't worry about
don't
it.
know.
Can I get the reports of the Township Committee? Pete, do you want to start?
Sure, thank you, Mayor. I attended the reorganization of the Ramapo Indian Hills High School Board. They elected a new president, Ms. LaForgio, and vice president, Mr. Budo. The Board of Health will also be having their first meeting of the year this Thursday. And I also, before this meeting, partially attended the Shade Tree Committee meeting. And that's all I have tonight.
Tom?
Just have a couple things. First of all, I went to the K-8 school district reorganization meeting last week, and I attended the K-8 Board of Education meeting last evening. Last evening, they presented the annual audit by their auditors. Just want to comment on a stellar report by their auditors. Congratulate Pat Salvati, who is the business administrator, for for the school district. They had no negative things, just all positive, and it was good to hear. The good news for our town and our residents is that there was $650,000 in surplus, and was discussed and brought forward from the auditors. That'll be used for tax relief this year in the 21-22 budget. So that's good for a lot of people, a lot of our residents in town. As far as the budget process, I look forward to meeting tomorrow morning as well as on Friday with our mayor, Melissa Rubenstein, to kick off our budget process. We've had some preliminary reports and discussion, and we'll be kicking that off tomorrow. That's all I have. Thank you.
Tim?
Thank you, Mayor. Rec Board met last night on Zoom. They talked about the Volunteer Coaches Code of Conduct, which is now on the website for when they sign up to become coaches. They have to click on each of the sections of the code and state that they've read it, and it's open when they do that, so it's a good policy they have. They set up the Code of Conduct Subcommittee of the members of the Rec Board, who will investigate any complaints of Code of Conduct violations and then report back to the Rec Board. They're going to continue with passive recreation programs. The roller hockey is underway outside at our roller rink. Rec basketball is underway. It's underway with no fans. It's just the coaches and the players, wearing masks when they're on the bench. Then it's sanitized down afterwards. They use a lot of any kind of sanitizer that they have, they have their first games coming up this weekend. Registration for spring sports and baseball and lacrosse are underway. The rec department also sent out 200 of the football helmets to be recertified. Recertification is good for the town, and I'm sure Bob would appreciate that it was sent out, because if there was any issues with the football helmets, well, the fact that they're recertified protects the town. And then DPW, I will give a report. I spoke to Scott Fisher, the DPW director. They are on the second round of Christmas tree pickup. They're almost done. They're also cleaning catch basins and sewers of debris. They're also doing some patching of potholes with hot tar, as the mill is still open, due to the weather not being so bad and snow not being around. So they're active, they're working, and repairing roads, cleaning sewer basins, and removing the Christmas trees, which is almost done. Report on the utilities. PSE&G was approved for the smart meters by the Board of Public Utilities. That will help PSE&G, with storm response when storms hit, similar to what Orange and Rockland has, where they know every place that has a meter if they are out. Orange and Rockland is still working on the Brookside project. I want to thank Bob and our Sergeant Zikovich for contacting them, because we had some complaints that their contractors left a lot of debris and material that was not looking it didn't look favorably for Wyckoff, so they were out there cleaning it up and straightening out. The project is supposed to be done soon. It should have been done already, but it should be wrapped up in the next month or so. All right, thanks. I have nothing further.
Thanks, Tim. Couple of things. The library board isn't meeting until next week, but I wanted to mention that the Friends of the Library donated a beautiful piano to the library. So if you get a chance, go check that out. It was in memory of longtime volunteer and Friends treasurer Diane Ulrich. So thank you for that. On the mayor's call with the governor's office, kind of just went over some things that we basically already knew, but 75 plus people are currently being vaccinated, but a big topic of conversation was that they're only doing it in a long-term care facility. So they said in the announcement tomorrow, they're going to address people who are 75 plus. So we'll stay tuned for that. They also said that the mega site in East Rutherford is going to be open in 2 weeks. So we'll keep on them for that as well. And I think that was the biggest point that they went over. Newbridge had 400 done today. They received 1,000 doses. They said they'll have them all out Friday afternoon. But basically, we're still in Category 1A, which is long-term care facilities. And they've also added from Category 1B, first responders. So those are the only people getting vaccinated at this point, and we're getting more information every day. And kind of on the agenda tonight, we have 2 resolutions, one of which is honoring American Heart Month. February 5th is National Wear Red Day, and year after year, we've designated February as American Heart Month, and in our ordinances on the 1st, we designated which months were flying flags, and February was designated on January 1st was going to be American Heart Month. So I believe we have the flag for that. And thank you to the DPW for flying that. And also we have a resolution honoring Black History Month. And I think now would be a good time to read that into the record. So February is proclaimed Black History Month, whereas during Black History Month, we celebrate the many achievements and contributions made by African Americans to our economic, cultural, spiritual, and political development. And whereas in 1915, Dr. Carter Goodwin Woodson, noted Black scholar and son of former slaves, founded the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. And whereas Dr. Woodson initiated Black History Week, February 12, 1926, and for many years the second week in February, chosen to coincide with the birthdays of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln, was celebrated by African Americans in the United States. And whereas in 1976, President Gerald Ford issued the first African American History Month proclamation, seizing the opportunity to honor the often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our nation's history. And whereas the observance of Black History Month calls our nation's attention to the continued need to battle racism and to build a society that lives up to its democratic ideals. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Wyckoff, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, that February 2021 is Black History Month in the Township of Wyckoff, and we urge all citizens to celebrate our diverse heritage and culture and continue our efforts to create a world that is more just, peaceful, and prosperous for all. So that will be included in our consent agenda. And finally, we have 2 awards that were awarded to the Township of Wyckoff, one from the National League of Cities, and the other is the 2020 Innovation and Governance Award by the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs and New Jersey State League of Municipalities. And this was based on a project called Start Your Own Legacy of Community Service. Back last year, before the beginning of the pandemic, Bob Shannon and I and members of the fire department met to try to increase membership, get the word out about our fire department, and through that we created a social media campaign where multiple generations of firefighters in Wyckoff were featured, told their story, and we were recognized both on the national level and on the state level for that endeavor. So thank you to our Wyckoff Volunteer Fire Department and Bob Shannon for helping us with that. And that is all I have right now. Can we get a report of the Township Attorney?
Sure, thank you. I guess it's that time again where it's the year that the open space tax question goes on the ballot in November. So assuming that the town wants to continue it, we'll work on the ordinance and make sure we're ready for the ballot. We started putting together the application for the Maple Lake subdivision, the bracket subdivision over at the Rose Gardens. Finally got county approval, and we're just waiting for our surveyor to get the Mylar finished now with the new county right-of-ways, so we can get that perfected.
Rob, sorry, Rob, when is it going in front of the planning board for Maple Lake for finalization?
The Maple Lake hasn't been submitted, application hasn't been submitted yet, because I'm still waiting for the plans from
Okay,
from Mr. Lee's. I'm
Got it.
hoping to get that in, and we can put another call to him today.
okay.
I just got a draft from someone in my office on a memo with regards to the new emergency remote meeting protocol for local public bodies. DCA put out regulations that haven't been signed, has not yet been signed by the governor, but I expect them to be done soon. I expect them to be adopted soon and finalized. So expect maybe tomorrow before the end of the week a memo. With respect to those regulations, I think the protocols that we've been following are pretty much in line, and maybe a few things we want to tweak, but you'll be getting that there too. And I also have someone in my office working on a memo with regards to the consistency between the new bill that we expect to be signed pretty soon with the legalization of marijuana and the ordinance we have on the books with regards to the sale of marijuana in town. And I guess we're going to have to start looking at distinguishing the sale of recreational marijuana versus medical marijuana. So you'll be getting something from me on that shortly too. That's it.
Thank you, Rob. If there's nothing else, I'm going to recess the open work session meeting to conduct the 8 PM business meeting at 8 PM. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra? Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mr. Melchiong?
Yes.
Mr. Shanley?
Yes.
Mayor Rubenstein?
Yes.
Nancy, we still on?
I'm wondering.